Okay, this is Gabe Ets-Hokin. I ride motorcycles so you don't have to. And I am in beautiful Skylonda / La Honda, California, riding with a couple of bicycle journalists, of all things. One of them's riding my bike. I don't know if you can see him back there. One of them's riding my Ducati Multistrada. And we're on Highway 84, riding through the redwoods. And I'm on a pretty cool machine. It is Yamaha's FJ-09, brand new bike for 2015. A lot of hype about this bike because it's based on the even more hyped Yamaha FJ-09, which uses a 3-cylinder, 900cc, roughly, liquid-cooled, 4x12 valve, double overhead cam, fuel-injected motor. You got 3 riding modes of the fuel injection. And what you're getting is a very light and very powerful and very torquey motorcycle. And right now I'm riding on a particularly challenging and dangerous stretch of road. I almost hit a deer earlier, so I don't want to go too fast. But what I want to talk about is kind of how this bike is different from the FJ-09 and why I like it, and maybe what some of its weak points are. So it's really fun to ride. It's smooth. It's really powerful, and the handling is a lot better than most adventure-style bikes. Although I don't know if this is really an adventure tourer. It's got 17-inch wheels and a little more suspension travel than the FJ-09. A little higher quality suspension than the FJ-09, but not too much. It's a cartridge fork design, but it's not great. It's clearly budget, and this bike cashes in at right around $10,000, and for a fully equipped adventure tourer or sport tourer even, it's a really reasonably priced machine. So they got to cut corners somewhere. I think the brakes are made by a company called Ets-Hokin, which is actually a concern that's jointly owned by by different automotive manufacturers to manufacture brakes for them. And they get the job done, but they don't have that kind of quality, that feel, that bite and control that Brembo calipers or even Nissan or Tokico, high-end Tokico pistons would have. Again, it's a budget bike, but what this bike does provide is a lot of power and a lot of handling and a lot of capability. So let's talk about the capability. What you can do on this bike is you can tour. It comes. This bike came with locking hard luggage and heated grips and a touring information computer. That's a lot of stuff for the price point this motorcycle comes in at. And it's all very intuitive and easy to use. You can see I'm scrolling through the information screens here. It has a 5-gallon tank, so bigger than the FJ-09's tank. Should give you a touring range under moderate use of, 180 miles, 190 miles. Not bad for a sport tourer. Not great. I think a sport tourer should go a minimum of 200 miles between fill-ups. And I think if you babied this bike, you should see over 45 miles per gallon. So you might be able to see 200 miles. Let's talk a little bit about handling. So handling is very nice, although you're not going to mistake it for a sport bike. Center of gravity feels taller. You're in a taller, more comfortable, upright position. So it doesn't handle like a sport bike. Still has nice wide bars, and tires are nice, and the steering geometry is not too bad. So you have a nice blend of stability and quick turning. I would say the balance is more towards the quick turning than the stability, probably because of the longer travel suspension, and also it feels like you you have a little bit of a rearward weight bias. But you can see, now one thing I'd like to point out is that this bike is very much lacking the fuel injection problems that the first year FJ-09 that I tried out had. So I'm very impressed by the fueling, although you still have a little bit of a kind of a snatchy, abrupt experience rolling on throttle. But it's so much better. I mean, the FJ-09 bordered on unrideable in some of the ride modes. You had to switch it to touring mode to have a really smooth experience. But people are reflashing their FJ-09 ECMs for, you know, $100. So, and reporting much better results. What's up, dude? You will see more Ducatis per capita on the San Mateo Peninsula than probably even in Italy. That's why I love this area. So you can see the bike has a nice turn-in. It's nice and stable. I don't know what it's like to up. But riding a solo is a really nice experience. It's a very nice bike. The wind protection is okay. I'm a smaller guy, 5'6", and the wind protection's okay. Not great, but this is a sport tour. It's a little more minimal. It's not an adventure tour. It's not a heavyweight tour. It's a lightweight, fun motorcycle that's very, very competitive at this price point. And I'm going to check back in later with you, do a walk-around video, and talk more about the features of the FJ-09.